welcome back to episode 2, Banter Wars series
2.5. Whoa. Are you getting a bit ahead of yourself here?
I'm not introducing you again. Everybody...
No, bow. Or curtsy, or whatever it is you do.
I'll wave.
Wave in a grovelling manner.
No. Get a bit tight there. Fuck you.
Banter Wars 3.5, episode 2. Last time things happened, and this time more things will happen. Your thoughts?
Things will happen.
Things will happen. Yes. I think that's what we're going to do. Banter Wars is back! Episode 2 of 3.5. All Stars begins today. Banter Ball versus Hurricane and Death Adder versus Kevin. Some classic names here, classic robots. Some of them probably more successful than others, but that doesn't matter anymore. It's all about now. Banter Ball versus Hurricane. Now, a bit of history with these two robots. They've never faced each other before. Hurricane has entered before in previous competitions and done pretty well, but Banter Ball has pretty much been ever present in Banter Wars. Usually as the Banter Wolf, what was the other one called? I don't know, but it's had loads of incarnations and they've all been as crap as each other. Let's see how this one does. Hurricane, successful. Banter Wars 3.5, reached the grand final. It's got the flippers and blades at the front, but it has those vulnerable sides as well. There's a lot of stuff that can come off of this robot, but it can cause some severe damage as well. It's got to be the favourite for this one, but who knows what will happen. It's Banter Ball versus Hurricane! Hurricane! And the Observer Bot has to help out Banter Ball to start with. It's a ball. Pretty much as the name suggests, but it has got flamethrower coming out of either side of it. And who knows what sort of damage that can do. Hurricane is on the ascendancy at the very start. Pushes Banter Ball around, which isn't too difficult. It's got those little legs. You can just about see them. There's Observer Bot already bored, opening the arena pit. The Banter Ball can use those spinning spikes to move itself along, but it has to get purchased. And Hurricane isn't allowing that to happen. See you later, Observer Bot. Over the flipper again. Pathetic performance as usual. Banter Ball is in the corner, and I think it's gone. Has it gone? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's gone. Or has it? We know that the Observer Bot's gone. Good attack there from Hurricane. But is the fight still going on? It is. Banter Ball's still alive, still going. Hurricane, poor driving. Still poor driving. Banter Ball just needs to get an attack in. Maybe get those flamethrowers. Move across the damn arena, you stupid thing. Hurricane, what are you doing? This has become absolute nonsense now. The flipper's gone and Hurricane's out. Hurricane has gone. How's this happened? Banter Ball has won. Hurricane was on top throughout that. Observer Bot died, thanks to Hurricane, and Hurricane decides to kill itself. Out of the arena, out of the competition. Well, what a surprise. Banter Ball looks its way through this round. Hurricane, shameful performance, absolute shame. Death Adder versus Kevin. This could be fun, but I'm pretty sure I know which way it's going to go. Kevin, surely. Two crowd favourites. Two Banter Wars legends. Kevin and Death Adder. This is Kevin. Bit of a redesign this time. Stronger armour, stronger teeth, bigger wheels and a moving tail. It even self-rights now, would you believe? So when it eventually, inevitably turns itself over, it can turn itself back over again. Brilliant! Inventive! Now this is Death Adder. Previously Boonslang, It also got to the final as Death Adder in Banter Wars Series 3. A bit of a history, mostly with Facetious Goose, but it is well known for other competition and a high flyer. Surely. Right, so it's Reptile versus Reptile here in the Banter Wars arena.
And the Prime Minister said,
Banter! Death Adder and Kevin. Two beastly robots. And it's good at first attack here, but Kevin gets the teeth in on Death Adder. Now, if it can cause enough damage to the shell, that's where it stands a chance. But Death Adder is much more manoeuvrable, much speedier across the arena. There's the little self-righting arm of Kevin. Now, does it work on all sides? No. It doesn't always work, but it's still improvement. Well done, Kevin, for improving. Observerbot helps it out a bit there. That's quite sportsmanlike. Even though it's the referee that's not really allowed to do that. Another attack by Death Adder, pushing Kevin against the arena wall. Now, Kevin bounces, and that might be a problem here because it can't quite keep those wedges on the ground. Look at that self-righting, though. Brilliant, Kevin. Yes. A lot of attacks there by Death Adder, but Kevin withstands it mightily. Now, can it get back on its wheels again? How much damage are those spikes on Death Adder actually causing? That's a major question here, because it can't cause as much damage as Kevin. That's surely going to count in judge decision. Good attack there by Kevin. Aggressive. And then it gets flipped over. Not quite so impressive. Right, come on, Kevin. Get back on your wheels. Come on, I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. You're doing rubbish. Death Adder, much more persistent, much more aggressive. And now it's gone after the Observerbot. It's Attack Observerbot Day here in Banter Wars Arena. And Observerbot is usually man enough to take it. Kevin's gone. Kevin's out by this point. It's all about the Observerbot holding its own. But I think in this series, we'll just avoid that. Because it got boring last season. So let's just say Death Adder won, shall we? Let's go to the replays. Kevin held its own for a little while, but Death Adder was always the strongest of the two. Too fast for Kevin, too quick across the arena, and far, far too deadly for our dinosaurian robot. Bad luck, Kevin. That's the All-Stars done. Two robots safely through. Now we move on to Scrap Iron. We haven't seen this competition for a while. Robots that were never really used, at least not very much at all. Barely got a showing. This is their chance to just do what they do. Stuff that we've never seen before. Let's have a look-see. Now, we might have seen Soul Devil before in a non-episode, a non-competitive episode, but we haven't really seen these other two. Who have we got in the arena today? This is Savilbot. It actually appeared in a real-life Banter Wars episode where the Prime Minister decorated a mini toy car with a bunch of paper and called it the Savilbot. It loves kids. A bit too much, perhaps. It's got a wedge. Pretty useless, let's be honest. Right then, Soul Devil. Probably been seen before. We've seen the design before, at least. It's got a large flipper on the front, but it cannot self-right. But has it got the most deadly weapon here in the Banter Wars arena today? The Scrap Iron Guard, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. We've got Event Horizon. There's no going back. It looks incredibly intimidating with those lifters and those two saw blades at the front, but it is slow. Probably the slowest in the field today. Can it keep up with the other two? We've already seen how pace becomes a factor in these battles. Right then, Scrap Iron.
And the Prime Minister said,
Shall be banter, as long as the lag doesn't keep happening. There's roll bars on Savilbot which came in useful there, something that Soul Devil does not have. And it's on its back straight from the start. Event Horizon tries to keep up with Savilbot. Is it going to use those saw blades? It's more in tune with those flippers. Savilbot, what's the ground clearance on those weapons there? It can't get under anything. Savilbot, the fastest in the arena, probably the most aggressive so far, comes in the back but topples itself. Savilbot pressing its corner by Event Horizon. It's very much in control now of Event Horizon. And Soul Devil's being counted out. It's not flipping itself back over. I think that's Soul Devil gone. It's between Event Horizon and not Soul Devil, Savelbot. There are the circular saw blades on the underside of Savelbot. All Event Horizon needs to do is cause more damage. And Savelbot doesn't have any active weaponry. It needs to topple Event Horizon, but that's a very low, very wide robot, and I don't think that's going to happen. It's being held against the arena wall, and it throws itself again. Now, it's a good thing it's got those roll bars, because look at it, it's bouncing around like a top out there. Savelbot, it's not holding up here. I think this is Event Horizon's victory. It's being pushed forward, it's being held on its back by those two lifters, and this is a nifty, shifty performance by Event Horizon. There is no going back for these other two. I keep saying that, but I think that's part of its name, you know. Right, that's Savelbot being counted out. Event Horizon has surely won this one. Scrap Iron! They're all a load of scrap, but one's less scrap than the others. The scrappiest, definitely Soul Devil. Toppled from the start, it never got back into it, never got a single flip in, pressed into the corner by Event Horizon, who then took out the rest of its anger on the paedophile. The pedobot, Savelbot, tipped it over, left it for dead. Well done, Event Horizon. Plucky little winner. Let's move on to the sumo competition. Who have we got today? Silly Billy, Blimey McTrousers, Unzipped, the Long Arm of the Law, and Lazy Laceration. All of these have been previous entries in Banter Wars, most of them from Series 1 actually. Let's see how the Series 3 robot compares. Now Sumo's one of those competitions. What on earth is that thing? Sumo is one of those competitions where anybody can win, mostly because the AI tends to kill itself. This is Blimey McTrousers Unzipped, a bit smaller than its previous incarnations. It's come from the pits of hell, built by Satan himself. It's got the ramming spikes at the front, and it's just brilliant. It's unstoppable. Lazy Laceration then, what's this one doing? It's a Series 3 competitor, did quite well actually, got to the Heat final, lost against the eventual champion. It's got the effective clamp weapon at the front, but is it a bit too flimsy? Will that thing break off in no time at all? Probably. Right then, who's next? What's this monstrosity here? This is the next incarnation of Silly Billy. And, well, you can see from yourself how we think it's going to do. It's completely and utterly nonsensical. Who knows what this thing even does? Let's hope it doesn't win so we don't have to see it again, I suppose. Long Arm of the Law. Very much looking like it was in Series 1. It's changed a bit. It's got rid of the axe and it's back with the mace weapon. Got itself riders. I think it could go all the way in the sumo competition. Strong and sturdy wins the race, you see. Right then, sumo.
And the Prime Minister said, let's bear.
Next we'll probably go to Lazy Laceration or the Satan bots. Blimey McTrousers, it's got a good push in, and I think it can push Lazy Laceration off. The other two, I don't know what they're doing. Lazy Laceration stumbles, falls, and it's on the grill, and it's off the edge. It's never coming back from the grill unless you've got massive wheels. And Lazy Laceration, my pick for favourite here. It's been unzipped by the Unzipped. Blimey McTrousers, a good start. Can I get rid of the other two Series 1 competitors? It pushes Silly Billy, that's a good push. I don't know which way it faces forward. Long Arm of the Law, using that mace on top. And it's on the grill, Silly Billy. It's on the grill and it's off. And Blimey McTrousers pushes the Long Arm of the Law. Oh, it's onto the grill itself. Someone is going off. I think this has been a brilliant performance from Blimey McTrousers. It's dominated the opposition here. Go on, one last push. Blimey McTrousers, there you go. Brilliant performance from Satan's own machine. Well, the Lazy Laceration disappointed there. Bit of a lazy performance. Silly Billy, who knows? It just did something. And it was all from the pushing power of that robot there. Blimey McTrousers eventually toppled Long Arm of the Law. Victory. Wonderful performance. Right, weapons match. It's back. It's better than ever. And it's got the axes this time. Doombar, Just Don't Know, Mark's Power, and Gaming Kick. Again, all old competitors. How do they match up today? Oh, I do love these weapons matches. It just brings out the best in some of our robots. Sometimes. Well, maybe once or twice, I think. This is the latest location of I still don't know what to call it. And we just don't know anymore. It's got the multiple weapons, the hammer and the lifter. It's performed better in recent visitations. Let's see what it can do in the weapons match competition. Right. The Vice President's machine has returned with an even bigger hammer than before. It tastes wonderful, but if you have too much of this, then you're bound to get a dodgy hangover in the morning. Let's just hope we don't have too much of it today. Gaming Kick returns from Series 2. Now you might remember this one had a dodgy judge's decision against Cyrex back in Series 2. It's invertible and it's got that underswing axe, a unique weapon. But is it unique enough? Or is it too unique? It could be one of the two. And last but not least, Mark's Power. Not a great performance in Series 3. Not a great performance anywhere, to be honest, but it has got a lovely little axe. I just don't think it's got the pedigree to perform here, but I could be wrong. It could overpower the others. Right then.
And the Prime Minister said,
Like that. My money's got to be on Just Don't Know. Gaming Kick topples itself onto its front, and there comes my mate Jim's robot with the hammer on top of Gaming Kick, and that's a brutal battering. Look at these axes flying in. Just Don't Know can't seem to realise how its own weaponry works. Doombar backs away, comes in again on Just Don't Know. All these weapons are now flying in. Whose is the best? Put your answers in the comments below, because normally the best doesn't win. That's a good hammer blow on Mark's Power though, and I think that's Mark's Power out of it. A hammer blow on the underside from Just Don't Know seems to have conked Mark's Power out. The communist regime falls. Now it's between three. Gaming Kick, the Series 2 robot. Doombar, also of Series 2 notoriety. And Just Don't Know here since Series 1. This is what 3.5 is all about. We get them all back. And Just Don't Know is giving Jim's robot a bombing here. Well, not quite. I think it's stuck, you know. You see the lifter there is stuck in on the side. That's taking the hammer off of the Vice President's robot. Good attack there. What's Gaming Kick doing in the background? I don't know, but that's all Just Don't Know's work. What's it doing with those lifters? There's a lot of stuff to get. I don't know what's going on anymore. That lifter's stuck in on the wheel of the Vice President's robot, and the two are stuck together like super glue. Gaming Kick's opportunity is now, but it's done bugger all, let's be honest. Bugger all. And neither of the robots seems to be moving. I think Gaming Kick's done. It must have run out of battery or something. It's done. And it's an obvious decision. Just Don't Know is the winner here. Took out Mark's Power. Gaming Kick eventually ran out of power. And the hammer blows of Just Don't Know beat the Vice President into submission. The winner is obvious. Just Don't Know. We just don't know how it keeps winning. It's through. Wonderful stuff there. Now, we move on to the last competition of this episode, Team Trash, where we throw in a bunch of teams together, new robots usually, and they batter each other into oblivion. Yes. And we're about to see some new ones enter today. New robots into the arena, and they all look just as plucky as the next. Who've we got? Well, we must start off obviously with Team Blue, and this is Starlight. Part of a very space-themed pair. This one's low to the ground with the lifting forks, and it's got a stunning thrust on this one. And who's it joined by? Another flipper, another blue flipper, another blue space-themed flipper. This is a beautiful machine. It's called Rocket Ship. Look at this design. Sleek, shiny, and just ruddy good all round. But can it cause any damage? We shall wait and see. Love that design though. Red team got Smacker or Smasher. I think it's called Smacker. Yes, it is called Smacker. It's got punching fists and a small lifter on the front, and that weapon combination can be deadly. but I'm not quite sure about the design. I don't know what's going on there. Right, who's it teamed up with? Teamed up with purring. I can't do the purring noise. It's got 360 protection with that rotating bar, but it is very unstable. Likely to topple itself, but we'll see how it does. This could be an interesting battle. My money is on blue. I'm sorry to say. There shall be banter. I decree it. Why is there this... Starlight attacks its own teammate, which fortunately can self-right Purin's upside down. It's a good start from Starlight had it not attacked its own teammate. Rocket ship attacks Purin, pushes it towards the pit. Look at that sleek design. Beautiful stuff. Well, what's happening with the other two? Shall we go back and see them? They're stuck together, it seems. Good attacks again by Rocket Ship, putting Purin out of the arena. That's a good attack though by Smacker. Wonderful. Starlight's gone. Look at that. Out of nowhere. Just a little flip is enough to send Starlight tumbling into the pit, and that leaves Rocket Ship all on its own to fend against two. It puts Smacker out the arena, and then comes Purin. It's too high to attack, but Rocket Ship is on the edge here. No, Purin's gone. Purin has gone. It's 1 against 1. Smacker versus Rocket Ship, and Smacker is upside down. This is Rocket Ship's to the taking, but it could be stuck here on the arena flipper. No, Smacker is back on its wheels. Smacker. Oh, that's a good flip. That's a brilliant flip, and it's in the ascendancy here. It can push Rocket Ship. Smacker has won this one all by itself. Didn't need Purin. Starlight obviously thought it didn't need Rocket Ship either, but at the end of the day, it got tossed in. Smacker. Brilliant stuff. Purin killed itself. It did actually kill itself entirely. Good attack there by Rocket Ship. It didn't take advantage, and the superior ground clearance of Smacker proved decisive in this battle. Well done. So my favourites are out. That leaves Purin and Smacker going through to the next round. Next up, Team Blue is Croak and Ram, and they're against Ubik and Nebula Rev 2. Unusual names. Let's see how unusual the actual robots are. Two very green robots there. It's a very colourful competition, I will say. So, who've we got? First up is Croak. Frog themed. It does have the semi-permeable skin. Just make sure it doesn't get too close to any poisonous gases out there in the arena. It's got the flipper, but can it turn itself back over? We shall probably find out, and I don't think it's going to be a very good answer. Teammate is Ram. This one is built by After Hours. It's got the lifter. It's got speed and strength. Possibly too much speed and strength. It can't turn itself over either. It's a good thing these two robots didn't come against any flippers, isn't it now? Right, who is the opposition? Oh dear. It's got a flipper on it. Hoppin has built Nebula Rev 2. It's got the spike strip on top that turns other robots over, and it's deadly stuff. But it's very high on the robot. Can it get under robots that far? Who are you teamed up with? I believe it's one called Ubik, and this one too has a flipper. On top of the machine. Once more, can it get robots on top of it to flip them over? We'll have to wait and see. Two flipper robots against two that can't self-right. Well, I know who my favourites are, but anything can happen in Banter Wars. Absolutely anything. The Vice President could smile. Anything can happen. It's happened yet. Ram has gone over the arena flipper. That's a good flip from Croak. It's turned its own teammate over, but not quite good enough. Nebula Rev 2 has killed itself, and Croak is getting some good flips on there, but Ram, it didn't last a second. It's gone. It's turned itself over. Good flip from Croak though, keeping its team alive in there. Nebula Rev also went over the arena flipper. Some bad driving here, and now Croak goes for Nebula Rev 2, and that's a bad move because Nebula Rev 2 turns itself over, and in doing so, it's turned Croak over, and Croak cannot self-right. What are you doing, you two? This is, well, beautiful gymnastics. Thank you. I'm sure the audience appreciates that. What on earth is going on out there? Look at this bit of ballet from our two heroes. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. That's the victory dance, apparently. Because they've won. Ham killed itself straight from the off. It barely lasted a second. Nebula F2 looks doomed at the start as well. But Croak made the fatal area of getting flipped. It does tend to be a fatal area. And then we got that lovely little dance at the end. I love that. Thank you very much. No, I'll be serious. No, serious face. How do you rate your robots' performance?
It's alright. Wasn't good.
I forgot that it was in this episode.
Did you?
Yeah, and to be honest, I'll probably forget that it was in this episode within 5 minutes.
Oh well.
Whereas my robot, Blimey McTrousers Unzipped, upgraded by Satan, I'll have you know, is well, it's done well. It's gotten through the Sumo, your favourite competition. And it's actually quite well. It wasn't a bad Sumo today.
Is there any good Sumos? Really?
We've had good Sumos before.
Have we?
Yeah. Do you remember that one time where that robot pushed the other over the edge? Oh, I laughed.
Every Sumo.
Right. So how do you rate the episode overall?
It was okay. 6.5 out of 10.
6.5 out of 10. Well, I give it 6 4/7 out of 10. Analysis board. Right, so which was your pick of the battles today? And we'll analyse it on the analysing board.
The first one.
The first one.
Where
So that was Banterball versus Hurricane.
And the Observer is out again.
The Observer is
Out.
Shall we go and analyse on the analysis board? Oh, I love this feature.
So basically, we do this with the Observer bot.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, fair. And so we've got the Banterball represented as... Yeah. And so, if you want to control and show us how you feel this battle went.
How?
There, and that's the...
The wheels are turning but nobody's home.
I think we're done. Right, analysis over. Right. I think Banter Wars 3.5 has taken the series to a new level of production value, don't you?
Yes. It's going well. Do you like what we got in the corner this week?
What, that thing? It's hilarious, isn't it? It's
Brilliant.
I think it's so funny. I don't think I've ever seen anything funnier. I mean, you find it funny, don't you?
Yeah. Hopefully they can actually see that on the camera.
Yes, they can.
That's fine.
I think it's absolutely hilarious what's going on over there. You tell you what, if that happened to me, fucking hell. You carry on over there. Yes, hope you're having fun. That'll be you next time.
Doubt it.
Well, we'll see, shan't we? Next week, same time, same place.
What's next week?
Episode 3. What's happening next week? Well, the audience are on the other side of the camera watching, all 4 of them. And we'll be sat here.
4 now, is it?
We've gained a fan. It's at my desk at the moment. It spins and sometimes it faces the television.
Occasionally it watches.
Yes. I put a pair of goggly eyes on it, so I pretend that it's a fan that watches. Right, bugger off. Bye. Happy?